So I guess I'll make a little update video. Actually, this is not me working on the paddleboard, although the fiberglass I put on here has hardened up nicely, and my paddle is supposed to come today, and it's sunshiny outside. So I believe, oops, spoke too quick. Oops. I started to say, I believe I'd have good enough weather to get out on the paddleboard today. But yesterday what I did was I pulled, and some of it is here. I had boxes and boxes of stuff like nuts and bolts and doohickeys and widgets and washers. And I went up to the Home Depot and bought this thing. About 22 bucks. Eric Polston gave me that one over there, maybe a year and a half or two ago, and it had an assortment of stuff in it. This has been one of the handiest things I've ever had. This and that vise right there that Rusty Akers gave me, those are both YouTubers. I think Eric Polston, I don't know if he has a YouTube channel. I think he might have, but he also goes by Pops Polston. But man, that has been so handy. So I went in search of one of those and found this one. And I had a lot of nice bolts and stuff left over from where I rebuilt that Chevy engine in here. And so I wanted a place to keep them where I wouldn't have to be looking through old boxes and stuff. So I put this in here in my garage as part of my cleanup. This stuff here is leftover. And I was thinking, well, I might take all this and just put it in a box. You know, this is the kind of stuff where if you cut and bend and use metal, you know, stuff like that. And this, and this, and this, and even that can come in handy. So gradually, I've been getting my storage area organized. Paint cans and window cleaner and zip ties and tape measures, and my 12-volt electrical stuff, the good stuff, is in here, and tapes of all kinds and glasses, and there's a box around here with gloves in it. I think that one might be in the car. So gradually I'm getting all this cleaned up and organized, and as soon as I get this cleaned off, I pulled this out of the pile the other day. This is a really old light tester, and it still works. I got several of these that don't work, but I pulled this one out and it does still work. Look at that wire. It's just like old antique wire even. I mean, I don't know, that just really tickles me. That still works. So yeah, this might be something I'm going to wind up doing today, is getting out here and finishing the organization. Might figure out how to get this down to the water, get the new fin on it. Did I show you? I've got a new fin to go on this thing here. Oh, look at that. Yeah. And that's a seat. See, my thinking is, rather than try to stand up on this, I'm going to put that seat on here and just ride around on it a little bit, because let's talk about all this. With a kayak, you're either sitting on top or down in something. And if you're trying to video, it's hard to shoot a video and work a kayak, because there's no real good place to set the camera where the camera won't go overboard. And just a lot of things, a lot of little things that make it not perfect for filming videos. A sit-on-top kayak, I almost always get wet on, and a sit-inside kayak always makes me wonder how many snakes and mice and spiders and things has crawled in a kayak while it's been laying around in the woods waiting for me to get back in it. And plus, on top of that, the older I get, the more challenging it is to get in and out of a sit-inside kayak, even though I love the fluid and smooth way they move through the water. So I'm going to try this thing. The seat, it's an inflatable seat, and it has straps on it, and you strap it onto here, and then you sit on it, obviously, and you paddle it, and it's like sitting on a big flat boat where there's no obstacle. Like if I took this camera and I just set it on this boat, you know, then there's no side of the boat to be in the way of the camera, or nothing for me to have to work around to be able to shoot a video. That could be a really cool way to explore. I love to go up into little coves and, you know, just, I like to sneak up on whatever is in a lot of these little coves where no one ever goes, almost, where the water's really shallow. You know, I've got a pontoon boat. It's 25 feet long. It's bigger than the bass boat I used to have, in that it's doesn't turn around as easy, and the motor goes down into the water a little more. And I like the idea of taking something like this and literally going up into a cove till it gets so shallow that you're literally sitting on water in the woods, just about. So, see, that's another place. This is a place where the fiberglass is gone, and you can see the wood. I feel like that's almost a wood veneer under there. That's the kind of place I should probably. Now, there's a lot of little places on this boat that I just need to, although it's not as pretty, it needs to be sealed up. See, this fiberglass here is all air bubbles under it and stuff. But anyway, that's beside the point. So this is going to be something I'm going to be doing, that I'm doing just for fun and for exercise. I've got a buddy down in Florida, he's my age, and he said, talking about how important it is to work on your balance. And I figured, well, trying to learn how to stand up on a paddleboard would be good for your balance, so you might do some of that too. Anyway, this video turned out to be about a couple things. One was, organizing. These are not going to stay here. I'm going to put them over there next to the one that Eric Polston's got, but I'm going to need to reinforce this shelf, because in this barn, everywhere there's a steel beam, I got a place to put a support for a shelf. Well, out here, there's nothing to really support this, and I want to set those boxes, maybe one here and one there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a board from here up to here and tie this shelf to this shelf, which is a 2-inch board. And that'll allow me to put one of those here, and maybe I'll clear this stuff off and put one of them here. This is another box that Eric Polston gave me, and it's full of stuff that I hardly ever think about having or needing until I run out of all the other places to look. And if this was put somewhere where it was more accessible, that'd be better too. So, there's a lot of things going on that has to do with organization in the shop. Oh, the joy. That's all I can say about that. Oh, the joy. And it is a beautiful day. And it's supposed to be a car show in a couple of days, but now they're saying it's going to rain. So that might not happen. But even if it don't, we're still going to have fun. So now I need to figure out a good place to put this stuff. I got long drill bits and long bolts and crowbars and pull bars and various pieces of interesting metal, all kind of things. Oh, the joy.